Welcome to Vision Vested, where we decode the hidden layers of communication and help you master the psychology of modern attraction. Today, we explore a subtle dynamic that ruins chances for older men when interacting with younger women: the concept of covert signaling. Most men completely miss these signals because they look like innocent questions, yet they are actually sophisticated psychological tests of your character. When you answer these questions literally, like a colleague or a teacher, you instantly kill the romantic tension and become invisible. You fail the test not because your answer was wrong, but because you misunderstood the true nature of the interaction happening now. This video will teach you how to recognize these covert signals and respond in a way that amplifies your natural authority. We have categorized these traps into 4 distinct groups that every man must know to navigate the complex dating market successfully. By mastering these 4 categories, you stop being just another nice guy and become a man of mystery and high value. She is not looking for information. She is looking for the subtext beneath your words and the strength of your reality. Covert signaling is the language of the subconscious, and fluency in this language is the key to unlocking genuine attraction. Think of her questions as a radar system designed to detect weakness, insecurity, or a lack of purpose in your life. The core problem is that older men often default to logical explanations, thinking that sharing facts will build a strong connection. Logic is useful in the boardroom, but in seduction, it is the enemy that strips away all mystery and emotional tension. You might think you are impressing her with your achievements, but she is actually bored by your need to prove yourself. When you answer literally, you build a wall of boredom instead of a bridge of emotion, pushing her further away. If you see her checking the time or scanning the room, you have likely fallen into the trap of logical conversation. Let us dismantle this dynamic and learn how to flip the script, turning her tests into opportunities to demonstrate your value. The first step is to pause and realize that the question she just asked is not actually about the topic itself. Like an iceberg, 90% of the meaning in her communication is hidden beneath the surface of the actual words used. You must learn to see beneath the surface and address the hidden signal rather than the superficial question she just asked. Unlocking this skill requires you to shift your mindset from seeking approval to amusing yourself and maintaining your personal frame. A man who is comfortable in his own skin does not rush to explain himself. He lets the mystery linger. Let us begin with the first category of traps, which we call the lifestyle probe, a common test of your stability. A classic example is when she asks, "Do you come here often?" or questions about your daily routines and habits. She is not asking for a log of your visits. She is probing to see if your life has structure. If you answer literally, you risk sounding like a lonely man who has nothing better to do than drink alone. Instead of giving a number, tease her. Say something like, "Only when I know interesting people will be here." This response shows you have standards, and you are not just a fixture of the furniture, waiting for something to happen. The lifestyle probe is designed to filter out men who lack direction, so ensure your answer implies a life of purpose. She wants to know that you are the main character of your own movie, not an extra in someone else's story. When you demonstrate that your time is valuable and your presence is a choice, her attraction towards you will naturally increase. Moving on to the second trap, the identity challenge, which is perhaps the most critical test of your personal integrity. She might ask, "Do you really believe that?" or challenge a political or social view you just expressed to her. She is testing to see if you will change your opinion just to please her, or if you stand firm. If you backpedal or apologize for your views, you fail immediately because she cannot respect a man who has no backbone. The correct move is to double down on your belief with humor or calm certainty, showing you are not easily swayed. Women crave a man who can hold his frame, because it signals that he can protect her and lead effectively. You must be the anchor in the storm. If her words can move you, then the world can move you too easily. Disagreement is not a bad thing. In fact, healthy friction creates sparks that ignite deeper attraction and respect between you two. Celebrate the difference in opinion rather than trying to smooth it over. This shows supreme confidence in your own identity. The third category is the ambiguity test, where she hands you a blank canvas to see what you will paint. She might ask, "What are you doing later?" or "Where's this night going?" leaving the direction completely up to you. Do not ask her what she wants to do. That forces her into the masculine role of decision-making and leadership. She is inviting you to lead. She wants to see if you have a plan and the confidence to execute it. Take charge immediately. Say, "I know a place with the best jazz in town, let's go," and start walking. When you remove the burden of choice from her shoulders, she can relax into her feminine energy and enjoy the experience. Ambiguity is a test of leadership. Fail to lead, and she will assume you are incapable of handling bigger life decisions. Even if your plan is simple, the act of having a plan is what creates the attraction and establishes your authority. Decisiveness is a highly attractive trait in older men, distinguishing you from younger, uncertain guys who always ask for permission. Finally, we have the experience filter, a test designed specifically for older men to gauge their relationship with their own age. She asks questions like, "Do you miss being young?" or "How have you changed over the years?" to test your confidence. If you respond with regret or talk about the good old days, you signal that your best years are behind you. You must frame your age as an asset, like fine wine or a classic car that is only appreciated in value. Tell her, "I wouldn't trade who I am today for my younger self. I have more wisdom, power, and freedom now." This confirms that you accept your reality with dignity, which is incredibly reassuring and attractive to a younger woman. She is looking for a man who has conquered life, not one who is mourning the loss of his physical youth. Your experience is your superpower. Do not apologize for it. Wear your history like a badge of honor and strength. When you own your age, you transform the age gap from a liability into a dynamic source of intrigue and respect. Now that we understand the traps, let us discuss the master strategy, creating tension instead of releasing it with answers. Tension is the fuel of attraction. Every time you give a straight answer, you cut the tension string and kill the vibe. Instead of answering, try deflecting or answering a question with another question. Keep her guessing about your true thoughts. This playful cat and mouse dynamic is what keeps the interaction alive and makes you memorable long after the night ends. Silence is also a powerful tool. A confident pause says more about your strength than 1,000 words of explanation. When she laughs or playfully hits you, you know you have successfully passed the test and maintained the frame. Be the magician who never fully reveals his secrets. Let her wonder, let her imagine, and let her chase you. By mastering covert signaling, you shift the dynamic from you trying to impress her to her trying to qualify herself. Remember the 4 categories: lifestyle, identity, ambiguity, and experience. Recognize them, and you will never be caught off guard. The modern dating world is complex, but the fundamental laws of attraction remain unchanged. Confidence, mystery, and strength always win. When you stop acting like a candidate at a job interview, you start acting like the prize she wants to win. Your goal is not to be understood immediately, but to be felt deeply. Logic informs, but emotion is what truly binds. Next time she asks a simple question, pause. Ask yourself, what is she really testing? Then, answer the signal. This awareness places you miles ahead of other men who are still stumbling in the dark, trying to use logic. It is time to elevate your game. Stop answering questions and start leading interactions with the wisdom of a vision vested. Her smile is your feedback mechanism. If she is smiling and engaged, your non-literal answers are hitting the right emotional notes. Keep writing your own story and do not let anyone else hold the pen. You define your reality, she joins it. Refinement is not just about clothes. It is about the refinement of your social intelligence and your ability to read subtext. Take these lessons into your next conversation. Observe the shift in energy when you refuse to be predictable and boring. You have the experience, you have the value. Now you have the strategy to communicate it effectively to the world. Stay true to your course. A man with direction is irresistible, while a man without one is merely a convenience. Leave her wanting more. In attraction, scarcity creates value, and your availability should always be a gift, not a given. Nurture the spark of attraction with patience. Do not smother it with too much information or eagerness to please her. Cultivate your own garden. The more interesting your life is when she is not around, the more she wants in. Time is ticking. Do not waste another date giving interview answers. Play the game, enjoy the dance, and lead. Drive the interaction like you drive a car, with attention, control, and a clear destination in your mind at all times. Look back only to learn, never to regret. Your past is a library of lessons that makes you dangerous today. Watch for the hair flip, the prolonged eye contact, the laughter. These are the signals that you are winning. Social dynamics is a game of chess. Covert signaling is how you anticipate her moves before she even makes them. As we conclude, remember that knowledge is only potential power. Application is what turns potential into kinetic reality for you. Don't be afraid of the dark or the unknown in conversation. That is where the magic and the chemistry happen. Illuminate your character through actions and vibes, not through a resume of facts recited to a stranger at a bar. The city is full of opportunities. Every conversation is a chance to practice, to refine, and to perfect your art. You now possess the map. It is up to you to walk the path and claim the respect you deserve. See behind the mask. Hear what is not being said. That is the way of the superior man in modern dating. Cheers to your new understanding. May your conversations be deep, your signals clear, and your attraction undeniable to women. Tomorrow brings new interactions. Be ready, be sharp, and never forget the power hidden within a simple, innocent question. Balance your night game with day-to-day excellence. Covert signaling applies everywhere, from the boardroom to the coffee shop. When you internalize these traits, you don't have to try. You simply become a magnet for positive feminine attention. It starts with awareness, grows with practice, and ends with mastery. You are on the right path to success. Unlock your potential. Do not let covert signals lock you out of opportunities ever again. You hold the key now. Rise above the noise of average advice. Stick to the principles of psychology and human nature that we discuss here. Lifestyle, identity, ambiguity, experience. Keep these 4 pillars in mind, and your foundation will never crumble under pressure. Walk with purpose, speak with intent, and always listen for the whisper beneath the roar of the conversation. If you found value in this analysis, consider joining our community of men who are vesting in their vision. Like this video to support the algorithm, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this truth. Thank you for watching Vision Vested. Subscribe now to master the hidden signals of attraction and elevate your social intelligence today.